Welcome to demo impressions for Iron Harvest, and here we are. This is a demo that's available on Steam thanks to this Steam Summer Game Festival. Now there's certain limitations to the demo, as you're gonna see here. The one of them is the fact that your campaign mode is not available at all. So there we go. There are some missions here, such as skirmish and challenge. I will go into skirmish later on. The challenge is a one mission. It's a last man stand, so you try to defend your base against a continuous waves of attack. So pretty much you need to just last as long as possible. There's multiplayer available, but I haven't tried it because well, AI already hands me the defeats constantly, so I decided not to even try to see how badly I'm going to get beaten online. And then there's options, many settings which you can try out, different quality settings. There's quite a few of them here, and as far as suggests in the future, the way there will be graphic settings and audio settings available, and so on. Now you're gonna notice the fact that the music volume is off, and that's something that I did. It's not because the music is bad, but I just generally have issues with music in my videos. There you go. So now let's jump into the skirmish, and I'll show you exactly and talk through the game at the same time. Exactly how the skirmish looks like. Well, there are different maps available. You can just pick some different ones depending how many players you want to be fighting, how many AIs. You can choose your starting resources, army size. Then you can also choose what kind of AI you're gonna be fighting. I've been playing against insane and hard. In all cases, I still lose. You can choose your civilization. There's only two right now in terms of it's Poland and Saxony. And then you can choose your victory conditions, which are destroy HQ, victory points, time limit. The time limit, the longest is 25. Victory points is 1,000. So the idea is kind of to keep the game in a way tight and short, so you don't have hours and hours a long game in this case, and which is something I actually find pretty good because not everybody has hours and hours to play a video game these days. So there's also bonus stuff you can do, which pretty much things that will hinder you. So we have here specific things as you're reducing your health of your units, the idea that you need to lose as few units as possible, or you need to do things within a certain time limit, which kind of seems to be similar to this one in a way, maybe. Not sure why is this, but fine. Anyway, let's jump in and we'll talk through the actual gameplay and the game itself. Now, don't expect me to win this. I haven't been able to win it for a while now. I've been trying. And number one, number two, I'll be talking, so I need to demonstrate things. So I will not be focusing on winning as much as trying to demonstrate the game. So we start out here. Here's the headquarters, where you can build some of the basic units. And there's a bunker where you can house some of your units. The two units that are given right now are the riflemen. So let's say I'm gonna send them here to take over this oil pump, and then I also have the engineers here. I can send them here to take this iron mine over, and that's how we're gonna get resources. The resources are iron and oil, and you see they automatically added to me. But if I capture these places, there's gonna be more resources. There's also a population limit which expands depending what kind of buildings you build. There's no housing type of buildings. It's just your military buildings will provide you with additional population limit. So there we go. Now we are taking over the oil pump right here. The guys are gonna do it. Oil pump is ours, and then we can also pick up resource that's just lying around right there. Why not? Great. So as we're doing this, I can build another unit. So let's build another rifleman and tell them to go here. So done. Now these guys build this. So what we're going to do is to stop the enemies from attacking us from this area. We can build a bunker. Now that's not 100% necessary because I can take cover. See, I can tell my units to take cover. But before we do that, we can open up a weapon crate that I found, which allows me to pick up weapons. And so here we are going to pick up a grenade, and with that will add a grenade to my units. They'll become a grenadier unit right there. And same way you can pick up weapons of your fallen enemies and change your guys in. So say go to cover here, but we don't need to do that. We can send them into the bunker, and there we go. And that will be more effective. Now there's here somewhere a field cannon, and we're gonna go ahead and send engineers to pick it up because apparently engineers is the ones that can do so. And I'm gonna build another engineers unit in the meantime and take over the oil pump at the same time. So I did not know that the engineers can take over the actual field guns until recently. That's something that happened recently, and there we go. We have a field gun now. I can position it here to defend this bridge. And we're just gonna wait for the engineers to appear so that we can use them to take over a few more areas.
This pump is ours, yes?
So we got another oil pump, and we are going to pick up this now. Here's my engineers, which will allow us to build more buildings. Now we just need to wait a bit more longer, and our guys will get us the necessary resources to build a barracks.
What's the plan then?
So we go engineers as ones that build barracks.
We can build that.
Go ahead. And these guys in the meantime will take over the iron deposits. Not the iron deposit belt, but just a stack of iron. And once we're done this, we can just go ahead and send them to take over this area, this thing as well.
We've got company!
And while we're waiting, we could also build a few more units. So since this guy is attacking, we're gonna take cover in a building, which is possible for us to do. And once they take cover in the building, they can shoot from there also. Pretty convenient.
Fall in.
So let's build another rifleman in the meantime, since we kind of are stuck there.
Multiple enemies spotted. Building finished.
So since the building is finished, we can send our guys to take over that iron mine. In the meantime, we're gonna wait for our barracks to allow us to build military units. Now it allows us to build a bunch of them, different ones, and unlike this headquarters, which build them in a much slower pace, the barracks allows them to build faster. So as you see, the enemy, the Saxony, has a slightly different units. They don't have riflemen, they have somebody, the different unit, which is
Sounds good.
a machine gunning type of unit.
The enemy
light machine
is
guns.
targeting our defenses.
Right, so we're just gonna wait and we're gonna build the grenadiers here instead.
We've captured the mine.
New orders for us? Follow us.
Alright, good. Now we can build some grenadier.
Assembling grenadiers.
Grenadiers have certain abilities, they can throw grenades.
Let's go. Got it.
In the meantime, we're gonna take over this point
What's the plan then?
and
Got it.
let's go here, and hopefully
Be there in no
we're
time.
just gonna
Moving to
take cover
position.
here behind the that sandbank wall, and we're gonna use now.
Enemy!
On the way.
They are not alone.
Yeah? Let's get inside.
Let's get inside another building. And I do have some problems here with the game's the way pathfinding works in the game. It's not exactly the best. And so what we do with engineers, we're not really good at fighting, we just gonna tell them to retreat, which means they run faster paced than usual. Gonna run back.
No,
And here we are, we're just gonna build some other
Taking fire here!
military units to help us, or we can actually upgrade our barracks, which will allow me to have a larger, which will allow me to have a larger population limit, and now we're also upgrading their bunker to include a machine gun. What we also can do is we can also use send our guys in a melee to attack, which means the enemy's ability to use weapons, the ranged weapons, is reduced. Instead, they are forced to use. They have to use now way much hand-to-hand fighting, which we have an advantage in. Now, once we upgrade our building here, it actually will improve its health. There we go, good.
Get us in their sights!
Our gun is used.
Grenadiers ready. Moving out.
Keep your heads down!
We'll get there quick.
So we're just gonna use our guys here. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna throw the grenade here. We threw a grenade, but the guy got killed already, so that's not a much of an addition.
More sandbags.
And we're gonna send our guys back
Do it better.
here, and they're gonna come back again. That's us much better, faster, and we can build a better unit such as a heavy machine gun. So we're just gonna ask them to do that. But once our units are back, we can also repair them.
Ready to redeploy.
There we go. They are there. We can brought back to full strength, and we just need to wait for a bit,
It's not too far.
and we'll be able to.
Heavy machine gun here to
Ready
fight.
for action. Moving.
Let's go pick up some iron in the meantime.
Multiple enemies spotted.
And we're just gonna use the fact that our guys cannot use a grenade. We're just gonna send them back. In the meantime, alright, here we have the machine gun ready. So
Get this thing.
we'll get the machine gun going, and
Something done.
we should have enough now to build a workshop. And this is actually, now we're gonna be able to build something that actually, if you look at the machine guns, looks very interesting. It's like a steampunky type of a machine gun, right? So, but like I said, the workshop is what will show us exactly why I got interested in the game, and that was the fact that we have here
Anti-armor standing by.
an example of a mechs
Grenadiers
that we
ready.
have. So let's bring this guys back up to full strength.
We'll get there quick.
Send these guys here.
Moving.
Building finished.
You
All right,
name
the
it,
building is
we'll do
done,
it.
Need something
and
quick.
hopefully we're just gonna wait. Hopefully I'll put the mech out before I lose the game, which I don't expect to win right now. So here we are. Let's move in the machine gun. There's certain type of rock paper scissors between different weapon types. Some weapons are more effective against others, and so
Ready
on.
for action.
This guy's here, so let's build the barracks. Not the barracks, sorry, bunker.
Build
So we
it
can
well.
use as a protection.
Lives depend on it.
Ready for a target.
And we're gonna send the gun back to our headquarters so we can actually repair it. Gonna
Let's go.
get our guys out of there,
New defenses are ready.
and we're gonna tell them
Leading
to
the
get
way.
inside the building,
Man, close the
Gunner
door.
ready.
and we're gonna send the engineers all the way back.
Ready.
Now let's do this. Let's throw a grenade again. Hope because now it's actually much easier. They all group nicely together. We're gonna send the grenade here.
Taking fire.
There you go. That's how the grenade works. Very good equalizer.
What can we do for you? Moving MG platform.
What's the plan? Contact.
I didn't wait for the machine gun to do its job. It's taking a while for it to get to actually come here.
Eyes open.
We're gonna upgrade our bunker, and at the same time let's get the first mech out.
Preparing for battle.
Make it quick.
What you need?
Enemy unit spotted.
So is the gun back? Yes, the gun is back. Let's repair.
You name it, we'll do it. As good a spot as any. We're ready.
The enemy is targeting our defense.
As you can see, some of the cover is also destroyable.
Found one.
Building Building upgrade complete. The enemy is targeting
Grenadiers
our
ready.
defenses.
Right away.
Heavy MG
No more
taking
sitting
heat!
around.
Enemy unit spotted.
What can we do for you?
Need something done? Let's go for a stroll.
Oh, there's the
We've lost a weapons team.
Taking fire here. Ready. Moving.
The enemy is targeting our defenses.
There's room for everyone.
gonna hide these guys in here for the meantime.
We've got their attention now.
One of our veteran units is now elite.
Make it quick.
So the units do get promoted, as we just heard also. Another thing that I should mention.
Taking fire.
Engineers rallying here.
Multiple enemies spotted.
We're gonna wait for these guys to move in, we're gonna throw a grenade.
Preparing to engage.
The enemy is targeting our defenses.
Move. We'll get there quick. Understood.
Quickly!
They're shooting at us.
My guns are ready. Let's keep moving.
Have orders.
So we're gonna reinforce our engineering unit here.
New recruits.
Grenadiers back in service.
And we can also have like we can build some of the
Hands down.
units that are gonna be, well, they're gonna have exoskeletons also. That's also another possibility we can have.
The enemy
Orders.
is halfway to victory.
Taking all recruits.
Multiple
How can I
enemies
stop
spotted.
Rwanda?
The enemy is targeting
Sounds
our
like
defenses.
moving.
So there we go, let's go back
Polanians need help.
and we're gonna send these guys over here as well.
Workshop reporting.
Like any other building, workshop can be also upgraded.
The enemy is capturing a strategic position.
It's not too far.
So they managed to destroy our guys. And we're gonna use our mech right now to destroy these enemies here.
It's not going our way, but hang.
Receiving fire.
What's the plan then? Got it. Moving.
Wrong unit I sent there. I should be sending these guys here.
Right away.
Cannon ready for orders.
Get the cannon
The enemy is
closer.
targeting our defenses. This defeat has
And there you
cost
go,
us
you know, the time limit ran out and so on. But you can saw the actual gameplay itself and how the game looks like. And I would say that from, you know, I've been a bit busy actually trying to explain as much things, but there's not much more to explain. In the game, in the game is that it's just, this is really the flow of the game. You're trying to get the units as fast as possible. You're trying to control certain points, which give you the victory points and so on. And once you get all the victory points, you win. Or once the timer runs out, you lose and so on. All that, but the depth of this game is very great. I really like the fact that you have a lot of gameplay elements here. The cover, the breaking cover, you saw the veteran units, you can become elite, and so on. So we have a ability for that, for the units to do so. Ability to pick up weapons from the battlefield, you saw. Overall, this whole idea of certain units are better than the others, so you have to constantly switch over. Some units are more effective over the others. Secondary attacks, such as throwing a grenade or going into melee, is another possibility that the game offers. All this creates a very complex game, right? And I did not get to show you much in terms of mech action, except one of my mechs doing some of the shooting. But there are also mechs versus mech combat. There's a mechs that would be better against the opponent mechs, and so on. So you have all these elements in the game available for you to play around with. From that perspective, I would say that this is a good game right now. From everything that it's looking, is going to be a good game. There's few issues, such as I think it's the pathfinding issues, when sometimes your unit seems to be not really understanding how to get into certain locations. They might be blocked by a fence or so, but that they should be able to go around. So that happens. Sometimes we send them into melee and they kind of just fight against few guys, while the other enemy guys are standing around just shooting, and your guys are not really also trying to fight the, let's say, the two guys are in the squad of the 5. So your 2 guys might be fighting and the other 3 might be just running around for some reason, not fighting the other 3. So that could happen. Hopefully that gets resolved. It doesn't happen that often. It's not as annoying to say that really it's, you know, when you see it, you'll be like, okay, fine. But there's other things such as building sandbanks, building barbed wire fences, putting down mines. None of that I had the chance to show you there also. That's all available. All that creates a different, I think, a very interesting gameplay elements. So from that perspective, so far it's turning out to be a good game. Maybe even going to go further up depending what kind of stuff you're going to get in the campaign. We don't have much to hear so far, so I don't know. I think also the campaign we hopefully will have a better way to teach you the elements of the game. The elements of the game that I learned while playing Skirmish were just pretty much haphazardly like, oh, what's this does do, what this unit does. That's why I'm not really good at actually playing the game, because quite often I'm just guessing what the units do. And finally, just to say, well, because this is a game that has exoskeletons, it has this steampunkish, diesel punkish type of feel to it, and it has mechs in it. Well, I would say it's a Sub-Zero cool game. Well, thank you for listening, for watching. If you like this video, please say that you liked it. If you didn't like it, don't like it, and please subscribe.